get in the way of all of your decisions. It's apparent to any fucking real man who chops wood. Like,
What's with the whole wood chopping thing and the whole axe thing? Like, it's too much.
What are you talking about?
I mean, some of the stuff you get into is unnecessarily
that is a hot
testosterone.
No, it's nothing to do with that. Women enjoy axe throwing more than men.
Really?
Google it. What's the percentage of women that do axe throwing? Google it.
I don't know, man.
I was talking to Big Dave today, a friend of mine. His wife grabs the phone. We wanted to come down and axe throw.
Oh.
Women love it. It's nothing to do with men. So that's your misperception, being a fucking vagina. What are these keys doing out here?
It was all there. But
I'm thinking driving. I'm like, how are they going to foil this plan? They're going to just drive to the house and go, well, there's the car. It's the address on the ID he gave us.
Oh.
It's the picture on the fucking camera.
No, but that's what we're hoping
now
is that they didn't
we
see the ID.
Work, they can't come to my house and say that I did it.
Oh.
I'll say, I don't know what you're talking about. Are you telling me that my car got stolen?
I see what you mean. Oh, that's actually...
evidence, bro.
Wait, but then... Oh, no. Here's the thing. You got to have a cover story for where it is.
No. You're missing the point. No evidence, no crime. Pretend it's a body, okay?
Okay.
We just hid the body in the freezer at Kamani Street, okay?
Okay.
If nobody knows Kamani Street, they don't know where the body's at.
Oh. Oh, man. Okay.
Now, the fact that
I don't even know how to react. This is like a crazy situation.
The fact that I did that to hide the car is you have to prove the intent was there, that the forethought was there. Unless you're my witness, nobody knows that the car is there. Nobody knows my intent is to hide the car.
Oh, man.
I just thought if I put it on the street, it's going to get a registration ticket or get towed. Then I got to pay the tow to get it out because they're going to call it a stolen vehicle. So I thought, God, am I going to be in that radio show where they talk about dumb people that have done dumb crimes? You go, yeah. And then he stole it from the airport parking, and then he parked it at his house. So when the cops went to report that the car was stolen, they're like, there it is. We can't ignore the evidence. Mr. Palmer, did you take your car from the airport? No, John Remus. Like, why are you saying my name, Jack? Well, because you helped me. You were just part of the commission of the crime.
All right, so what?
Now I gotta hope you don't get arrested for something, because then you're gonna spit up your spit up the evidence to try to get out of your problem and implicate me. That's where it goes bad. That's why people that are snitches end up in ditches.
Ooh.
I'm not talking aloha lawn maintenance either. Haven't had this much fun in a while.
It's exciting, some of the stuff I mean, this is unusually exciting today.
This is something I've never done.
Yeah.
I just can't pay for that car if it keeps going up.
Right.
And I thought, how do I stop the clock on the car? I don't feel good about what I did, but I don't feel guilty about what I did.
Right.
They're fucking holding my car, forcing the price to go up. So that's like a no-win situation, right?
Because it makes it
I
less...
didn't have the money when they started the clock.
Oh.
How am I going to have the money to get it out when they add $100 every 4 days? You know what I mean? That's $200 every 8 days. How am I going to ever get the car out?
Right. But now at least we have it.
Well, as long as I don't go to jail for what I did, I stop the fucking clock. Because they have to, if they want to prove that the car is no longer there, then the car is no longer there. They can't charge for it, right?
Oh.
So they either bill or they send the police to try to make it into a crime.
Right.
It's either civil or it's criminal. That's up to them.
Okay.
If they try to make it criminal, I'm going to not admit to anything, and don't you dare open your mouth. You don't know what they're talking about. You don't know a thing.
Right.
I'm not even bringing you to my house, so that doesn't happen. Because you just would. You just, we just drove into your house. this business. But I didn't drive it. He did. Well, life does require maneuvering. It's not all by the book.
Yeah. Actually, that was occurring to me that a lot of my life has just been trying to be cool and like dress up fancy.
Were
And
you in ROTC?
no,
So that's where I would place you based on your personality.
really.
Like, yeah, he needed.
I was
some
thinking
kind
I was thinking. Oh, you're thinking it would have been good for me to.
Would have been bad.
Really?
End up being a sniper. So
What?
What I'm saying is, personalities like yours that need acceptance
Yeah.
to fill the void that your parents didn't give you.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, when your parents are intellectuals or college educated, they lack the nurturing that they should have.
Okay.
So you're at a deficit already as a child.
Okay.
You didn't get what you should have gotten,
Okay.
right? I got love, even if my parents could.
Yeah.
My sisters and brothers provided it. So I was loved growing up.
I get that.
There's no need in me to be loved.
Oh.
There's a need to be right, which is ego. There's a
Okay.
need to excel, which is personal aspirations and
Okay.
determination. All of these things can be assessed. But I don't have any real deficits. You know what I
I
mean?
get it. You have a sense of your life is yours, and you don't need any like you're on your own
My
life.
ego has always been healthy enough
Yeah.
because I was good looking. I was I was physically able to do anything and be decent at it.
Okay.
Not great. I was a runt when I was little.
Okay.
So my successes didn't come until my 20s, but I immediately went from being a chauffeur to the next year owning my own limo company. That shows a huge amount of ambition. A lot of people just would have driven the car for someone else for 5 or 15 or 30 years. I
Yeah.
immediately went out and tried to replicate what I learned to
Okay.
be a businessman.
Okay.
I've done that 16 to 20 times. I mean, real keys to real stores in Kailua. Real keys to real stores in Honolulu, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Real keys to real stores in Santa Barbara. These
Yes.
are things I've done. These aren't desires, they're accomplishments. These
Right.
people fucking up the whole road driving fucking 55. Uh-oh, we're not gonna make it. Because this guy's gonna speed up now like a fucking cunt. Instead of fucking just letting me in. Right? Good job. Real fucking good job. Now you're gonna drive 70 after driving 52. I'm serious, bro. That's how people are. That was all ego. Now he's hitting his fucking brakes. The fucking chronic. The total fucking side of his car. And now he's getting off. And he had to do all that to go fucking over here. Great fucking driving.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. That was fun.
so I could be completely wrong about my assessments of you since you don't tell me these things. I have to just throw darts at it.
Okay.
So I could be completely wrong.
All right.
But I think that you get off on friends.
Okay.
You need friends.
Okay.
You need attention.
Yeah. I think.
You're socially.
I'm excited about socializing.
Yeah, and most people at your age, they're not. Not all.
What do you? Oh, really?
No, there's no need. There's no desire. You have friends.
Really?
You go on about your life. There's no deficit that needs to be fulfilled.
Okay.
Like you have a need to either act in front of people or observe their actions.
Yes.
Or feel part of something.
Yes.
Like in school when the teachers made you guys work together, nobody picked you, and then you were so overjoyed when they picked you, and then they're like, why did we pick him? He won't shut up, he's fucking nuts. So that you maladapt to public education. Where I was like intimidated to be at the table because I only lived in each town for 1 year. So I didn't feel I had friends anywhere I went.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I don't trust easily. So all of your personality traits
Yes.
are often defined by the age of 5, 7, or 9 of what your life was at 5, 7, and 9. So if that was a divorce, moving to America, being bounced back and forth between parents,
Yeah.
sister, auntie, and dad. Dad not ever in the picture.
Yeah.
You missed out on your male role model years.
Got it.
And if you still feel that he doesn't love you, which caused resentment, because that's all you could do at that point, was just hate back
Yeah.
because of your not being nurtured, not being loved, not all the things he didn't do. That's why when I
Right.
went there with you, you couldn't talk about it.
Right.
Because you've blocked it in order to survive with it. That's what therapy's for, to get you to talk about it. Then you can examine it through different perspectives and find resolution and work through the problem. Like alcoholics, let's say they steal jewelry and sell it, steal liquor, steal cars, do all these things to support their partying habits. Well, when they're sober, they have to say they're sorry to the people they hurt and stole from. But they don't need them to say it's okay. That's what the STEP program does. Okay? So imagine that, John. You need to say you're sorry, but you don't care if they answer or not. And you don't care what their answer is.
Okay.
Because it's about getting yourself well from being honest with the past, not absolution from another person. Right?
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
The only one can absolve us is God. A person does not hold the answer to your forgiveness.
Okay.
And that's what that teaches, right?
I get that.
So you don't have to be forgiven. You don't have to hear your father forgive you. You need to forgive him so it doesn't keep eating you up and fucking you up. Do you see what I'm saying? For whatever reason, you weren't my dad and you didn't care for... This is me just making stuff
Postulating,
up.
yeah.
Whatever reason, you couldn't give me what I probably should have had. I'm sure there were reasons for it. And I don't need to know the reasons. I don't need you to say you're sorry. I don't need your love now. But I'm not going to make those mistakes if I'm ever a father. I'm going to make sure that I'm there for my child.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that I break the chain. Because it was a wild time when you had me. You could have had one foot out the door and already told her you don't love her anymore, and then the kid comes along.
Wow.
What if you're that kid? Kind of a fucking ripoff, but shit happens biologically. Yeah?
Yeah.
It was like a goodbye sex. One for the road. Oh no, now I'm pregnant. Fuck. Well, if your mom wasn't the aborting type, she had you. So was dad responsible when the timer was 9 months behind the reality? I never was told that I had a son. So I feel mad at the woman who I knocked up because she never tried to find me and tell me.
Okay.
She was too busy hiding her dirty sex secrets, so she just lied about it all. Accused 2 different people of knocking her up, and then they proved that they weren't by getting DNA tests.
Oh my God.
So then she just made up this huge story about how some secret man came out of the dark, took her fucking body, and deposited his semen in it. Like
God.
Jesus, you know.
Wow.
So, you know, all of these things are factors. And as you mature, like you're almost 40,
Yeah.
you got to resolve these things because they're fucking up your forward progress as you know, you've got like an 11-year-old makeup.
Understanding.
You need to find the maturity in that. So you understand when it's time to fucking do what you say, not hide, not dodge calls, not ghost, not fucking, you know what I'm saying? You have all these fucking little girl habits. If you were my son, I'd slap you and then you'd call the police and take you away from me. I was just teaching him how to fucking be a real man.
Right.
That's what Bill Burr is for. He actually lets you live his childhood through an abusive father.
Yeah.
So you can realize he doesn't hate his dad for doing what he did. His dad didn't graduate from the College of How to Raise a Son. There's no such thing. You make the mistakes that you saw and learned from your father, unless you can intellectualize it and get past the damage and filter out the damage,
Okay.
so as not to damage the next fucking person passing your DNA. Shit like that. You're not ready to talk about your dad? Give me one little morsel.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, what don't you want to talk about? That's what I want to talk about.
I don't like referring to somebody as a father because I don't like, to me it's a role of authority that I don't want in my life, and I think it's irresponsible to label someone my
Right,
authority.
You made up this whole bullshit. I'm just going to call it bullshit. Okay? So what is it that's bothering you? What hurts you? What makes you cry inside? That's all the therapist wants to know. Not how
Nothing.
you have circumvented your father.
Nothing.
Okay, so let's not call him your father anymore. What's his first name?
John.
Okay, so let's talk about John, since you're offended.
I don't like the guy.
Okay.
I think he did his best effort raising me.
He
but
did
I don't,
do his best effort?
Yeah, but I don't like
So why would you blame someone if they did their best effort?
I didn't blame him. I don't blame him.
Okay. So you've made decisions about
I have
judged
my
him
own,
like St. Peter.
I have my own religion of how an ideology of how I approach relationships.
Let's stop, John. Now let's go to John Jr. your son.
Okay.
Your son comes to you, he's 5 years old, he says, Dad, I don't like you anymore, I want to live with somebody else. And you're brokenhearted because you thought you had mutual love for each other. But he's very intelligent.
Okay.
And he says, I don't want to call you dad anymore, and I don't want to live in this house anymore, and I'm going to take my cat and I'm going to go next door and live under the tree. What do you tell your son?
It's different as an adult.
Don't make up something. I'm asking you a simple fucking question. What do you say to your son who doesn't like you anymore, doesn't want to call you dad?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't want him to call me dad.
Forget that, dude. Don't try to change the goddamn situation.
The premise, okay,
You're manipulating it. Answer the fucking question.
Okay. All right, so I would...
You say, son,
let me compose a...
Is there anything that I've done to make you feel this way? That's the first thing you do as a father. You get down eye to eye with him.
You're right.
And you fucking try to find where his stress is.
That's good, but my response would be similar.
Get the fuck out and find your own cat food.
No. I would say what you said. You know, how can I be? How can we work this out?
No, you just copied what I said.
Well, because I agree with it.
No, you first started to change the premise.
No. Well, that was because it's a complicated.
So how do you not take an experience?
But you're trying to extrapolate my story.
You missed that. No. No, I completely abandoned your story and went to a
but
scenario.
It's not the same. It's not the same
never
metaphor.
Said it was the same. I'm asking you a simple fucking question, unrelated to you.
So I answered it.
No, you fucking made it be about you. You said, "Oh, Jack's asking me this because he thinks this is."
No. I assumed that you were doing it for the sake of referential purposes.
I told you for my truth, John, that I was asking you a random question, and I was thinking.
It wasn't random.
I was thinking about taking you completely away from you thinking about yourself as a son and going into the future, which you haven't gone yet, and saying, how would you...
Right ahead.
I know where you are.
Okay.
How would you parent a child in this situation?
Yeah, that's how I would. I was just like you described.
Okay.
And then left.
No, it was right.
Left. I have it in another spot.
Oh, so you hid the truck.
Yeah. I'm hiding
Jack
it from
couldn't find you. All right, I don't want to be your dad anymore.
No, I'm hiding it from.
Shove your cat up your ass and fucking go call someone else dad. See, we can both play that game.
No, I'm hiding it from the neighbors, so I park it in different spots, and I'm always sleeping in this neighborhood.
Smart.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're dropping you at your house.
Yep.
You're not going to leave?
No, I probably will, but I'll probably come back later.
You want to go grab a burrito at Taco Bell? I mean...
Yeah, we could, but I got to take a leak in my van. I usually urinate in the van.
Wouldn't you like to urinate somewhere not in the van?
No, because it feels like I'm doing something special.
Okay, in broad daylight in a hot van.
No, it's technical. It's tactical.
Okay, so have we completed this? Because we got nowhere since I had to answer your question since you wanted to manipulate the premise and try to jump ahead of me and guess
Okay,
the
how about we
question.
reset? Do it again, and I'll do it again. Just ask that question or a similar question, and I'll.
All right. This
Okay.
is not about John because I know nothing about your mother.
Okay.
Little 5-year-old son comes up to you. It's your only kid.
Yep.
Everything seems to be okay between you and the kid.
Yep.
And he says, John, since you've taught him that you didn't like the word dad or father, John,
Yeah.
Mommy and you argue a lot, and I think that it's my fault.
What are we doing?
We're talking before we go parking in
Yeah,
the
but I
van
gotta use the
and
bathroom.
Bring attention to your van. Well, then why'd you ask me to ask you another question?
Because I thought we had 60 seconds, not 3
Well, answer
minutes.
the fucking question. You just used up 25 seconds.
Okay. So I would say let's see how we can come to an understanding and communicate and work together because
The first thing
you're
say,
dependent on me and I'm
It's too much. Depend on me,
morally
that
and
they
I'm
can't
morally
tell if I've heard
obligated
that.
to
They
you.
only know what they know. They don't know just dependence as a construct. They don't know what that is. So, is that your phone?
Yeah, but don't worry. I'm excited. Yeah, let's meet up. Let's have some fun at Taco Bell
All right, let's go
or
meet
if
at
you
the
want.
parking lot of Taco Bell.
Okay, perfect.
Can you be there now, or do you have to make me wait 35 minutes for you to show up?
I could be there. Well, I could be there 5 minutes after you. I gotta.
All right,
yeah,
so we have
we're
a
good.
plan then.
Yeah. Thank you. Taco Bell is the one
The idea here
right
was to
near the movie theaters, right?
Yeah, the idea here was to
Yeah.
show you that there's different levels of maturity that you haven't reached yet, where you'll be challenged. And
Well,
until you're in
I
that,
want to challenge myself because I
until
consider
you're
myself.
in that challenge,
Yeah.
you won't have any concept of your real father or your real
Maybe.
John Senior.
But I think I have enough discernment and
No, because
and
you decided that at a young age.
capacity to learn from others' mistakes and empathize that I can and foresight that I can figure everything out. Like
You
I
can't.
really do think I'm at a genius level.
You're not. I can tell you. You're practically inept. So your genius doesn't serve you. Get out.
You might want to grab some gas.
Is that your genius talking? Thank you very much, John.
See you at Taco
Got
Bell.
on my seat.
Oh, I did.